Kiss me, sunshine. I have an amazing goddess coming on, Lynn van Praagh. She is an amazing psychic, and she spreads her love all the time. I was just actually at a fundraiser that she did it was it last weekend or a couple weekends ago? And she is spot on speaking to spirit. She wrote a beautiful book and she has an amazing story. Yay! So let's bring her on. Hey, love.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
I am good. I am
Great.
good. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. I'm just adjusting everything here so I make sure I got it all good and under control.
It's all good, love. It's all good. I am just so thrilled that you are here. And we've been talking about it for a little bit now, right? And I
Yeah.
finally got you on, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
I have double doodles bothering me back here, settling down.
I'm always with dogs. I track dogs all the time, so they're always around. So it's so funny how
Aw, I
they're
love
right there too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Wow.
I've got
Wow.
lots of them around me.
There you go.
Alive and in spirit.
Yes.
So tell us, love, how did you become this divine medium that you are, psychic medium
Wow.
that you are?
Wow. Well, um, many years ago, I put it in my book in Divine Dimes. I knew I always had something, but when I was young, I was 4 years old. I had an experience with a bolt of lightning in the backyard of my uncle's house, and I thought I saw an image in the lightning. And I'm only 4 years old, but I remember it like so graphically. And I just said, "Oh wow, that's pretty cool." As a little kid.
Yeah.
And as the years went on, I went to Catholic school, and as the years went on, I would go across to the church at lunchtime and go pray to the statues, thinking that the statues are talking to me, but really not. Now I realize they weren't. It was what I was hearing. And then I go back to the classroom, and then I was late, and I get detention, and they thought I was crazy. And I would go home and climb a tree, and I never realized that either. I was grounding myself, and I didn't even realize that,
Oh, I love
in my,
that.
yeah, in my physical. So yeah, that's basically how it all started. So yeah, and I always knew I had something. I just felt it. So yes.
And so after school, when did you actually start using it?
So after school, I met my husband when we were 15 years old, and I didn't, I thought I was weird. I thought there was something wrong with me, so I kind of like put it to the back burner. And then I met my husband at 15, and we were sitting on the stoop one day, and all of a sudden, I said to him, "Oh, you're going to retire as a homicide detective." And
Ah,
we're 15 years old. We don't know that.
yeah.
And he did retire as a homicide detective.
Wow,
So
you met him at 15, your husband?
15, yes, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And he retired as a homicide detective. I worked for the airlines, so I was a manager for flight attendants. So I had my wings. I was up in the heavens.
Aw,
So yeah. So I didn't really use my gift. I did travel a lot with my brother, but never worked. I always sat, in the audience and everything. And then I did have people say to me, "You need to be on the podium. Why are you not on the podium?" Because I was in the audience and I was already getting messages. And then we went along, and then my husband had passed 23 years ago. And when that happened, it was tragic. And then when that happened, it seems my gift just skyrocketed. It just skyrocketed, and it's been nonstop for 23 years. And I'm all over the country and everything else. So that's
wow.
basically where it's at.
Yeah. Well, tell us how it skyrocketed.
So it all started. It all started right after he had passed. we had made an agreement. My husband was a New York City homicide, detective, did not believe. Okay. And we made an agreement. Whoever leaves first is going to leave dimes. So 3 years later, he had passed, and I was getting out of bed, and there was a dime stuck to my leg. And when I was getting out, and I said, "What?" Like I couldn't believe it. So I started to write my book, Divine Dimes, and in that my life story, but yet it
There it
talks a lot
is.
about the different signs. There it is. Yep, different signs and everything. And my daughter, a couple of months after, had to go to the motor vehicle to get a license plate, and the license plate she got was "See Me 6007." He passed June 7th of 2000, and
Wow.
he's saying "See Me." So
Woo!
that
Chill.
to me, yeah, that to me was him telling me, "You were right. This is cool, and
Yeah.
here I am." So
I
yeah,
love
so yeah, it's and then it just started. I went to a friend's house, and then the friend contacted the friend, and in the 23 years, everything was by word of mouth. Very rarely did I advertise. I did a couple of restaurants, and I did a couple of events with other mediums,
it.
and I
Mhm.
didn't really advertise. It was all by word of mouth, and it still is. It really
That's
is word of mouth, but
beautiful.
now it's starting. I'm advertising for different classes that I'm teaching, and different events that I'm doing, or fundraisers. Now the advertisements coming. So
Right, right.
yeah, yeah,
But it's
yeah.
still a lot of word of mouth, right?
A lot of word of mouth, and yeah, I did a, like you had mentioned, the fundraiser for the
Yeah.
young lady.
Was
That
that
was
last weekend or 2 weekends ago? I don't
that
even.
was a week ago this past Sunday. A week ago
Okay.
this past Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was really wild. When spirit talks, I just jump on it. And
Yeah.
I was at a meeting with the Soul Sisters, and I don't know if were you at that
I
meeting? I think
was,
you were.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I stood up, and I just felt, this little girl, she had a recurrence of leukemia. Their house was destroyed with a flood. And I thought of myself when I was a little kid at Christmas, and my dad and mom did the best they could, but I always remember getting clementines in a black stocking, a black sock. Not even a stocking. So I
Right.
always remember clementines at Christmas. I don't even want to look at clementines.
Yeah.
Forget it. But I thought of that, and I said, you know what? This baby has to have a Christmas. And I told the girls, and you were there, and I said, get me a hall, and I will donate 100% of the door and everything. And we did 100%, and we raised I think almost close to 10,000 with that, and
Wow.
donations.
That's
And
amazing.
she's gonna have a beautiful Christmas. They'll be able to pay for some of her medicines. And one of the Soul Sisters, had a client of hers donate $1,000, and then a construction company is going to work on the house.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
so
Woo!
and
Paying it
around
forward,
Thanksgiving,
girl.
paying it forward, man. That's
Yeah,
what it's all about.
yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
I
So
that was
that's
the
how that
first
happened.
time, well, actually, that was the second time that I've seen you in action. I've seen you in action, online and at the beach. That's
At
where
the
we
beach.
met at the
Yep.
beach.
Yep.
And, the fundraiser, there was well over 100 people,
Yeah, I
right?
think there was about 120, 125 people. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you just went from table to table, from spirit to spirit, and I was
Yep.
like, "Ah, this girl is on fire."
Yeah, I was. And when I do restaurants or do something like that, I give my all. I
Yeah,
give my energy, just
yes,
my energy. So yeah, I really, push very hard for that. So, it's that's what we do. It's all about, love and light, push
that's
it
right,
forward,
that's
you know.
right. I totally
Absolutely.
believe in that
Absolutely.
too, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And just all the spirits that come through, like, you hear them, right? Do you
I
see
see,
them?
hear, feel.
Oh,
Yes,
you
some I believe it's a gift from God, and I believe it was a natural gift for me.
right,
Everybody is intuitive, so
right,
everybody goes with the gut, and everybody is intuitive.
right.
But some people have it naturally, some people develop it. I teach a lot of mediumship development classes, and Some are just clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient. Um, I got it all. They gave me it all. So I see, hear, feel.
I
So I
love
do see spirit, hear and feel spirit also.
I love
Yes, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
and
Definitely.
and that's beautiful just right there, just admitting that
Mhm.
you're blessed, being
Absolutely. I'm
being
blessed. I'm here to do
completely
service.
grateful for it. Yeah, that's
Yes.
such a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yes.
And I thank you so much. It
Oh,
was
I
such
thank you for your service too, Sunshine.
Hi, so
You
fun.
do a lot of beautiful things also. So there you go.
Oh yeah, and it's such a beautiful connection that our there's a lot of soul sisters that are watching and commenting. They're
Aw.
such
Well,
beautiful.
hello to everybody.
Yes,
Hello
beautiful
to
group.
everybody.
We just got a message from Doreen Dillon.
Oh,
Aw,
yes. Oh, yes, Doreen. Yeah, I just see it pop up. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank
yeah.
you.
Lots and
Wow.
lots of love. So tell us a couple of stories that you want to share.
All right, so let's start. So I will tell you a couple of stories. I'm very connected. I know that Mother Mary is one of my master teachers, and I know that and Chief Red Cloud is one of my master teachers. So I have two wonderful stories to share.
Yay.
Okay, there are no coincidences. So if people thinking they're coincidences, forget about it. There isn't. Everything happens in the synchronistic part of it. That's how it all works out. Um, I'll give you the first one. The first one. Well, I have, yeah. I'll give you the. It's kind of connected, but it isn't. So, a bunch of my friends and I, we would go out to Wounded Knee and out in South Dakota.
Yeah.
And the first time I went there, I could hear the men, women, and children, and I could hear them, crying and and pain and this and what was happening was, first of all, I was having a past life experience because I know I've been there, and second of all, I could hear and feel what was going on. There is no time. Okay, on the other side, it's in the now. So there's no time, like it's here it's the physical earth, it's physical time. On the other side, it isn't. Okay. So I'm there, and all of a sudden, I'm with a bunch of my friends, and not a bunch, it was three of us. And it was like a Western. We're up at the top on Wounded Knee, and you see this pickup truck coming, and it's driving up the hill, and it drives up, and this big man gets out, and he comes out, and he says, he said hello to my friends, and then he said hello to me, and then he asked their names, and he says to them, uh, he introduced himself, and he said, my name is James Red Cloud. Now, the day before, I had gone, believe it or not, to a funeral in Queens, New York. And I asked Spirit, I always ask, if this is God's work and what I'm supposed to be doing, give me a sign. If Oliver Red Cloud is my Chief Red Cloud is my master teacher, give me a sign when I go out to South Dakota. So, and we were supposed to be there Wednesday, and everything got messed up with traveling. So we wound up getting there Thursday. Okay. So the gentleman gets out, and I go over to him and I said, Red Cloud, I said, that's my master teacher. He said, oh, that's my great, great, great grandfather. He says, I'm going to the homestead now. Would you like to come?
Mm.
Yeah. Truth. This is truth. So off we go. We go to Pine Ridge Reservation, and we pull up to this real dilapidated, horrible, very sad, sad house. And James gets out and hands my friend two of his business cards. He only had two. So I was a little annoyed because I said that would have been perfect proof for me to bring home
Yeah.
to my students at the class that I met my master teacher's
Right.
families. So I continue to go on inside, and there's a gentleman sitting there in a wheelchair, and I go over to him, and that was Oliver Red Cloud, um, uh, who was the great 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 grandson of Chief Red Cloud. The James was, I think, 4 times removed. I think I can't remember how many greats, but it doesn't really matter. So as I walk into the home, up on the wall is 5 generations of Native American red clouds in their full, regalia. So
Right.
here I was given what I asked for. I asked to prove to me, and there it was. I sat down and talked to this gentleman for a half an hour while the other people were outside talking to James, and a very smart man. What we did, the United States did down in the government. He was always down in Washington D.C. and everything. A real nice man. We had a beautiful visit, and then I said to him, I was honored that I was there, and I said, may I take just a little rock from your homestead, just to have a memory? And he gets in his wheel. He's in his wheelchair, and he wheels away, and he comes back and he hands me his business card with
Ah,
his picture and all his full regalia.
I love it.
So that's how it was. So we walked out, we left. My friends did not know what I asked for. I told them after. And
Right.
the best thing was that uh I got to meet him. He did pass 2 years after I was there, which was
Mm,
about 4 years ago. It was 2 years. It was a year before COVID, and I was so honored that I had that. So that
yeah.
that is in my book. That is
Okay.
in my book. Yes, that story. Another story I have is Mother Mary. Okay, angels. Angels show up anyway. They don't have to come with wings and all that. They're earth angels too. So I was going to Denver. I do a lot of work out in Denver. I have a
Right.
pretty big following out there, and I was going to Denver, and it was a Super Bowl Sunday, and the captain says, okay, well, we're going to be a half an hour early because he wanted to go to the football game. So when they want to go faster on planes, they can do that. Okay.
Right.
They can do that. So what happened was we get out there and I get there half hour early. Now my car's not picking me up for half an hour. So I'm going to walk into the airport and there's this lady in all purple. You love that. All purple. All purple. And I walk in and I had all teal. I had teal glue on. And I walk in and she goes, well, look who just came in. She says,
I
a
love it.
bright light with teal. She was a short little dark colored woman. Really just a beautiful soul, you could tell.
Yeah.
And she had a bunch of packages and suitcases and stuff. So I go over to her and we start chatting. So she asked me my name. I said it was Lynn. She said, that means light. I said, really? I said, wow, that's beautiful. So I asked what her name was. Her name was, of course, was Mary. Okay. So I said, oh, how beautiful. I said, what do you do? So she goes, I help feed the hungry. She
Mm,
says, the homeless and the hungry. So she asked what I did. And I just said, I do spiritual work. I didn't get into the whole gamut of what I do.
right. Right.
So we were chatting and talking. And again, she said, would you want to pray with me? So I figured, of course I'll pray with this lady, right? She's an little old woman, of course. So I sat there, I stood up. We were holding hands, praying, and she's telling me I'm doing God's work. She's praying with me and telling me I'm doing God's work. And she goes and opens up her little red wallet, and she has all these bills perfectly in her wallet. And she hands me a $5 bill, and it says, may God bless you. And I said to her, I said, no, no, no. I said, give that to the homeless people. Don't give that to me. And she says, no, I'm being told you need to have this. You need to take this.
Okay.
So I didn't argue with her. I
Of
took it.
course. Yeah.
So I said, do you have a business card? So she says yes. And on the business card, all it said was Mary and a phone number.
Okay.
So I said, that's beautiful. I said, I'd love to stay in touch with you. She says, definitely. So she says, she goes, I love you. And I said, well, I love you too, spread the love.
Yes.
So we're holding hands. I got my suitcase here. She's got like 5 bags of suitcases and bags and stuff. And we're holding hands. And I go like this. I go to grab my suitcase. I look down to grab my suitcase. I come back. She's gone.
Wow.
She's gone. The bags are gone. Everything's gone. So long story short, and it was all glass. So you could see for miles out in Denver,
Right.
the Denver
Right.
airport. And we went, my ride came and I said, I need to call this number. And of course I called it and it was disconnected. So angel visit. That
Yeah.
was an angel visit. So
Yeah.
I'm honored, and I know my
Divine.
stories. Everybody has divine stories. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not the only one, but those are just two of pretty powerful, stories that I remember. I have a lot more, but those are two of my real powerful ones. So I love to
I
share those.
love that. Love
Yeah, I
that.
love to share those. Definitely,
Beautiful.
definitely.
Yeah. So tell us about your book, love.
So my book. Well, this is my second book. I wrote one book that's called The
Oh.
Hand.
Oh, I
I
didn't
wrote it with
know.
a book partner. He just wanted me to get into the book with him, so I did. It's a different kind of book. It's not really a spiritual book.
Okay.
Divine Dimes is my baby. Divine Dimes. I launched it out of the bookstore, the book review in Huntington. And I launched it over there. We had a great. It was December 7th of 2019. So it was
Okay.
before COVID.
Right before COVID. Yeah.
On the second page of my book, COVID is predicted.
Is it?
Yes, and also is Russia. That
Oh.
a madman will push a button. If you see it, unfortunately, somewhere in there it says it.
On the second page?
Yep, on the top. Bob Dylan is the one who connects with the first page. And then you see, unfortunately.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
see
want to
Bob
read that? Just
Dylan.
read a little of that. Just read that.
I see the Bob Dylan one,
Yes.
right?
Now turn it over, and on the second part of the page.
Do. It's supposed to start with what?
Unfortunately, I think it says it's the second paragraph. It's right there.
That's figuratively.
That's what it was. All right.
Okay. Figuratively, the waters have grown as well. We, as a community of nations, are facing nuclear arsenals expanding at an alarming rate, with fingers crossed that some man won't decide to use them one day. Drug-resistant infections now threaten a worldwide pandemic, causing a global catastrophe unlike ones experienced in recorded history. Religions are in crisis and beliefs are being contorted to justify extreme acts of cruelty, deprived of a conscience.
That's good.
Good.
That's what I
It's getting
predicted.
deep. I don't like deep.
No, that was December of 2019, and COVID came out full bloom. In March of 2020?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
not that I'm happy that I predicted it,
Right, but you
but
did
I predicted
predict
a virus, right? Which was something. But my
Right.
book is basically my I was going to say my love story. Well, it is too, my story, and then it has a lot of information about signs. It has a
Okay.
lot of information about stories.
Well, tell us about signs.
Signs are great. Okay, signs we all know: butterflies, dragonflies. A quick story with the sign ladybugs. I do not connect with ladybugs. Okay. I was in Denver in the dead of winter, freezing cold, and I was staying with the client, and on my pillow was a ladybug with two dots.
Okay.
Right. So I said, wow, what's a ladybug doing around in the winter?
Yeah.
I go up to the mountains 2 days later to another client's house, and on my pillow at the other client's house is a ladybug with no dots. So obviously a ladybug is connected with me. It probably could be my mom, but connected with
Wow.
me.
Yeah.
Signs, feathers, and they'll let you know. License plates are big. License plates
Yeah,
are
yeah.
big.
I love those. I
Yes, license
got a lot
plates
of
are big. Feathers, and don't be afraid to ask spirit to send you a sign. I was at Yankee Stadium with some friends, and I asked my husband, I said, Dennis, he loved Yankee Stadium. And I
Right.
said, it was the new Yankee Stadium. So I'm walking in with my friends and I'm talking to him. Look at this place. It's great. Roger Maris, Yogi Berra. Oh my God. And I said, you better send me a sign that you're here. Okay. We sit down, and now there's 52,000 people there.
Right.
All of a sudden, this white feather comes flying down and lands on my leg.
Wow.
And there's no pigeons because we're in the Bronx, don't forget. So there's no pigeons. So now I knew it was him. And then all of a sudden, the guy a couple of seats down yells at the guy in the front row, Dennis, sit down. Dennis, sit down.
I
Dennis
love
is my
it.
husband's name.
Woo! I got chills.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, so I have a lot of those fun stories in it, but that's signs, white feathers. I
Yeah.
mean, and of course the dimes. And I always say, once you meet me, it's all about the dimes, you know. And if the first person you think of when you pick the dime up, that's who it is. That's the connection. So if mom wants to connect, the dime will be there, and it's not in the most logical places. Sometimes somebody they always send me sign people send me about the dimes, and somebody sent me that they found it in their oven on the shelf, a
Ah.
dime. So, so they can be all over. So, but signs are great. And what I feel is too is that I always say to people, just open to receive, because so it's so sad for those who lose loved ones and just think that that's it,
Right.
that's
Right.
it, it's over and done with, and they lose their loved ones, and not to realize that they're right here with us.
That's
Their
right.
energy is right here,
Woo!
you know
I
and
had to
then
put a blanket on because they're all around these
oh
spirits.
yeah, oh
What
yeah,
what
no,
you
definitely, I
talking?
tell them either cold or hot from the floor up to the knees. Yep, absolutely, definitely,
I have a
definitely.
gentleman, Houston asked, do you have a lifelong illness or near-death experiences? So you had in the beginning, you mentioned that you were struck by lightning, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I wasn't struck by lightning. I saw
Oh.
the ball of lightning out the window.
Oh, okay.
So I thank God, no, I don't have a lifelong illness, thank God. And
Thank
what was the
God.
other part of the question?
Did you have a near-death experience?
No, I did not have a near death. I've been around a lot of people who have. I've had proof from people coming back, but I did not have a near death, and I did not have a lifelong illness. What
Right.
happens a lot to mediums and people who do this kind of work, it's such hard energy work that you have to make sure that you're protected, because a lot of times you use up so much energy that you can get sick from it.
Yeah.
People don't realize that you can really get sick from it.
Yeah.
And that's basically that. But no, thank God, healthy and happy. You're welcome. I saw it pop up there. I said, you're welcome.
Yes, yes. So what else is in the book? You said signs. What's the other?
Signs. What else is in the signs? My life story. Again, if you want spirit to come around, Dennis, I was over in, I believe it was Ireland, or either it was Wales, with my brother, and we were riding in this, in a van, and we're going down a dirt road, and he says, "So do you think Dennis is around?" And I said, "Are you kidding? He's always here."
Right.
All of a sudden, we pulled to the side of the road, and down the road comes a truck with the name Dennis and nothing else. So
Wow.
I took a picture. So in my book, I have all pictures to validate the
Yeah.
license plates and all the signs, and everything else. And I wanted to share something too, Sunshine. You know, if we pay, when we pay it forward, okay. A lot of people, two things I wanted to really touch base with would be karma and paying it forward. And paying it forward, a lot of people say, well, we pay it forward, we pay it. When spirit gives back to you, it doesn't always necessarily have to be money. It's nothing. It could be health. It could be a new venture, different things like that. So I always pay it forward. And I'll give you another quick story. I worked in Manhattan. I was with my boss in Manhattan. I was working in Broadway at the point in time. My family's all with that. And at the Union Hall, and we were walking to the train, and there was this man sitting on the corner, and I went and took some money out, and I gave it to the man. So my boss says to me, "What are you doing?" I says, "Yeah, you always have to pay it forward." So I said, "You never know if that's Jesus." And when you get up there to those pearly gates, they say, well, you remember the guy that was sitting on the corner? Okay. So now the next couple of days later, we're walking there and there's a woman across the street and he looks at me, he says, and I'm going to give the woman the money. And he
Yeah,
goes,
yeah,
I know Mary. I said, yep, could be.
yeah.
So you're paying it forward is very important. And karma, I'd just like to touch base if I could for 1 second on that.
Of course,
You
you
know,
got plenty of time, love.
karma, a lot of people, first of all, we cannot wish bad because if you wish bad, bad will come back.
Right,
That's a given. It can come back in all different forms. Okay. So, and people a lot of times say, like when I do readings and sessions, they go, oh, my ex-husband or my ex-wife or this or that. Forget it. They'll be taken care of how they have to be taken care of. But they want to see the karma when they're on earth.
right.
Okay. That's what they want to see. I want to see it on earth. If it doesn't happen on earth when they go for their life review, it's going to be. So don't worry about somebody else's karma. Worry about your journey and you're paying it forward and you're doing your good deeds and it'll come to you tenfold.
Yeah.
Tenfold. So I always like to kind of talk about life review because a lot of people don't
Well, yeah,
really understand it.
explain what life review is. Some might not
So
understand what.
life review is like it's almost like in the Catholic religion is judgment. Okay. Life review is any emotion. This is how I understand it. That, and I have something else to add to it too. Any emotion that you cause somebody on this earth plane, when you leave, you will feel it. So say you have a mother-in-law who really does not like you and she talks so horrible about you. She talks to you. She's just horrible. When she transitions over, all the feelings that she caused you, she now feels.
Hmm,
Okay, she feels the hurt that she gave you. Suppose it's love. She feels all the love that you sent back to each other. So I always say with the ex-husbands and the ex-wives and all that, kind of put it to the side because you don't want to attract any of that. You don't
yeah.
want to attract any of that. So life review, any emotion, anything we do, every single solitary thing on this lifetime, because we have many lifetimes, we
Right.
have to go through and answer to. We have to answer to it. So that's what life review.
Learn from it, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. We're here to learn lessons. This is a school of learning.
Yep.
Earth is an earth school. It's a school of learning. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
You had another story about the
No, and
light.
I forgot what I said I was going to
Ah!
say
It was
because
about
I
light.
have spirit all in my head. It's like crazy.
Ah!
Um, we hit karma. Oh, I got it. Years ago when I used to go around with my brother or go around with John Edwards and everything else, and we used to all, go together. I always remember sitting in the audience and hearing, and this goes back, we're going back 30, 35, 40 years,
Right.
sitting in the audience and hearing them say, you got to wait 6 months
Mm,
before you can connect with a loved one.
no.
Not my belief system. And there might be people that'll hear me say this and they won't believe it, but there's no time over there. And I said, what, does somebody have a stopwatch? Okay, Joe, you can go down now. No. When spirit is ready to come through, they'll
Yeah.
come through. I've had many come through to me when immediately
Yeah.
I had this lady, Winnie. She was 96 years old and she lived in Colorado, skied till she was 89, I
Wow.
believe.
Martha.
And she passed. And I told her, come to me as soon as you can. So she transitioned over and I asked her, I knew from her daughter. And I said to Winnie, what's it like over there? And the song came on the radio, It's a Wonderful World. So
Oh,
I said, oh, and the vision I had was her running in a field of heather with the
mm,
dogs and with the children. That's what I saw.
mm.
In fact, I have my friend Ken's an artist. He's copying it for me.
Oh, beautiful.
And the next day, a knock came to their door, and it was the florist, and he bought a heather plant with
Wow.
no card.
I love it.
There you go. So when he came right up, so you don't have to wait.
Yeah,
So
no, I had an experience. Um, my friend had the experience. her sister-in-law came to her while she was in the shower, and
Uh-huh.
she just passed. And she called me. She's like, "What is happening?" I'm like, "She's got a message for you." You know?
Yeah, shower's the best. Showers,
Yeah,
it's water, it's the conductor. Yeah.
grounding. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's when you're
Yes.
open. You're not thinking
Absolutely. That's
about.
your openness. That's your higher self,
Yeah,
your higher power.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
I love
Great
it.
stories. And we all have stories, you know?
Yes,
We
we all
I go
have.
I go to a lot of when I go to group readings a lot, and usually we have the groups, and the husbands will say, "Can you like stay and talk about more about your, your stories?" And the wife's looking like, because I just the stories are just it's amazing.
It
It's amazing,
it
you
is
know?
amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad to hear that people are open to listen to it now, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Mhm. And another thing I'll share too, again, as I read, I teach. As you probably saw that at the fundraiser, I always teach as I read. And my mentor told me that you're going to teach. And I love when they come up with real crazy validations,
yes, you
because
have some
sometimes
crazy
I
validation.
look and I say, "What?" I said, I see a box of Wheaties. How am I going to tell this? Yeah, okay. Well, then they say, "Well, we grew up on a wheat farm." Okay,
There
frame
you
of
go.
reference.
Yeah, yeah,
One of
yeah.
the best ones I've had lately was I was at a restaurant up in Tappan, and there was this young lady, and her mom came through, and her mom showed me a pink Cadillac. So I started singing, "You got a pink Cadillac," da, 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 da. And I said, "Does that mean anything to you?" Now I felt ridiculous telling this girl about it, and
Right.
it wasn't Mary Kay. It was just a pink. And she says, she starts crying, and she
Aw.
goes, "Yes." She shows me the picture. The last picture she had of her mom was in Bar Harbor, Maine. And there was a pink Cadillac there where people could take pictures, and
Ah,
they took the picture. So that was her
ah,
last picture. A
yeah.
couple of years after she left, a couple of years later, she went to Bar Harbor to see if she could find the pink Cadillac, the daughter. And she got to Bar Harbor, and they were walking, and they said it was a bad storm. The wind was blowing, but she was determined. And it must have been a garage on the main road or something. The doors were banging back and forth, and in the garage was the pink Cadillac. So
Wow.
she found the pink. So
I'm
it
gonna have to
doesn't.
turn the heat on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cold, right? Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not just, people think it's just little signs. And, when they want to come through, songs, everything, they'll come through, you
They
know?
simply will. It's such a beautiful, beautiful gift that you have, love.
Thank you. And I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed.
Yes.
Yeah. Does anybody have questions on there at all? If they want,
Oh, yeah. Does anybody have any questions for Lynn?
if
She's
they do, we can see if they have any questions, and we can answer. Like that gentleman had a great question.
yes, he did. Yes, he
Yes.
did. He's actually a beautiful soul too, as everybody on here.
Oh.
So while they're thinking of a question, what type of classes do you teach?
So I teach. Well, I'm coming out with the class right after the first of the year. I did a test over in New Jersey, and it went very well. It's a spiritual roadmap, it's called.
Okay.
And what it is, it gives you it's going to be like a 2 afternoon class. It's going to be like at a hotel, in a meeting room.
Right.
And what it is, it's going to explain everything spiritual. What are chakras? What's karma? Because there's so many people, you know, awakening now and evolving, and a lot of them don't understand a lot of things. So I want to explain to them, because we're like trailblazers, and we want them to learn the correct way.
Right.
So it's a class. So I teach mediumship. I teach as mediumship developments, psychic development. And then this will be the spiritual roadmap, which will be everything connected, all in a like a whole nutshell of spirituality.
Are
And
you
I'm
teaching
hoping
it
to bring it. Huh?
are you teaching it online or
I'm going to try teach it. First of all, I'm going to go through a couple of states, and
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
tour it out and see how we like it,
Oh,
and then
you
see
that's
what. Yeah, because I think it'll be because I really want to make it something, where people can really connect with it. So,
I love
yeah,
it.
yeah,
We
yeah.
got one question, Kathy. She missed the how you got started.
How I got started. Okay, I'll share that real quick again. 4 years old, in the arms of my uncle, standing by the window during a terrific thunderstorm. Thing of light, bolt of lightning came out, and I thought I saw a bean. I told him. He said to me, "There's nobody there," and it kind of like it might have awakened me at that point.
Right.
It might have just awakened me and
She,
connected.
yeah. She wants to know, are you coming to Colorado?
Oh,
I
that's
know you
funny.
have a better question than that, Kathy. Ask her. Ask her
And I
what
am
you want
coming to
to ask her.
Colorado next year, definitely.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of beautiful souls watching that.
Beautiful. Well, I will share good news with everybody. Um,
Okay.
since the fundraiser, I wound up going. There was a beautiful girl. I don't know if you probably know her, Shelley. You probably know her, Shelley. I think you do.
Yeah.
Shari,
Sherry.
Sherry,
Sherry.
Shelley. Where'd I get Shelley? My head's all
Maybe
over.
it's spirit coming through.
Probably is. So what happened is we did a radio show with the executive producer to promote Brooklyn Ray's event,
I listened
and
to
it
it.
was it was such a great radio show. It was a
It
great
was.
promotion, and they wound up giving me my own show. So starting December 8th, I'm going to have my own radio show, and you can get it with Alexa. If you just give the number, it's an FM station. So if
Okay.
it's Long Island News Radio. So if you just go 1039 Alexa, my Alexa's answering me.
Mind
Okay.
your business, Alexa.
She's going on like crazy. All right, be quiet. So you can get that, or you can get it on iHeartRadio, and
Okay.
that's all over the country. And then or you can get it on Long Island 103.9. And
And
it'll
now people are going to call in and ask if you can connect to their loved ones.
yes, excuse me, Alexa, shut down. Yesterday is playing on my Alexa.
Ah.
That's so weird. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. See, all the Alexas are going crazy now. Oh my god, that's so funny. So yeah, so it starts December 8th. It's be a Thursday afternoon from 3 to 4, and people can call in.
Wonderful.
Yes, yes.
I love that. That's so
I'm so
beautiful.
sorry. Excuse me, Alexa, shut down.
Does
Yesterday, she came out with the song by the Beatles. Yesterday.
I love that. So maybe does somebody here who's in the audience connect with the song
Song of yesterday with the
yesterday from
Beatles.
the Beatles?
And isn't that funny? Yesterday, the past. See, is that?
Yeah.
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 My house is all rigged. No, I'm kidding. I never know what's going to happen next. It's crazy.
That's so funny.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so that was some exciting news. So that's why I was talking about paying it forward. So spirit, that all connected. And I believe that the radio show is now going to be where I can get light and messages out even further now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that'll be a good thing.
That's a
Yes.
beautiful thing.
Yes. And Sunshine, I'd like you to have you on my show too. When
Oh, okay. I love that. Thank you
yes.
very
So there
much.
you go.
I'd be
There you go.
honored. I'd be honored.
Yes.
So you're teaching. We have one beautiful goddess that wants to be part of your teaching when you get to Colorado.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, they can email me. I'll give you my email, lvpg@aol.com. It's very easy. Or they can send they can
Go
that's
on
my
your
website.
website.
My website, yes, and they
Yeah.
can drop an email on that too.
And they can friend request you.
Yes,
Right?
on Facebook, I have 2 Facebook pages. I go live on Mondays, and do a meditation, do readings on Mondays. Last couple of Mondays I've been busy, so I couldn't do it. And then Yes, and then they have me on Twitter. Don't even ask what I'm doing on Twitter.
And I
I'm
saw
gonna
you're
be. I'm
on.
gonna do a daily spiritual thing, but I haven't had enough time to get to that because it's
Yeah,
been a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
I
Well, you
have. I'll be in Pennsylvania on Saturday. I believe it's the 9th or the 10th. I believe I'll be there.
the 10th.
The 10th. I'll be there Saturday at a hotel and Sunday, um, at a rest. No, Saturday at a restaurant, Sunday at a hotel. But it's all on my Facebook page. So if they
Okay.
just go to Lynn Van Praagh, Gratton on Facebook, they'll be able to pick it up
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
that is just you were hired to do offerings there? Or you
Yeah, what happened was there's a medium down there who's a phenomenal medium, and we've worked a couple of times. I'm very particular who I work with. It's just, that's just me, but spirit will, tells me who to
Yeah, no,
do. And
I'm right there with you, love.
yeah, you got to be within that vibration. And
Yeah, yeah.
he's a great medium, and we work to get we he wants me to work together with him. So we'll be doing the restaurant, and then we'll be doing the hotel room, the last,
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
this will be my third time down for the hotel. It's not a hotel room, it's a
I
meeting
was
hall.
gonna say, oh, just a little hotel room.
Uh,
Kelly,
somebody asked, yes, yeah. What's the most important part of your daily spiritual practice? Meditation and prayer.
yeah,
Meditation. I wake up happy am I, healthy am I, holy am I. Get into meditation and prayer. And at night, same thing. Happy am I, healthy am I, holy am I. Meditation and prayer. I only work of the positive of the light. I work nothing of a negative.
mm,
Because light attracts light, right?
yes,
Yes, light attracts light. So that's where we work. And I know sunshine does the same. So
yes.
yes, yes,
Yeah, raise your vibe. Yes.
yes,
That's the best
yes.
part. And that's my first. I actually teach a class too on how to raise your vibration. And that's the first thing I say is pray and meditate.
There you go. See? There
Yeah.
you go. Oh, that's beautiful. See? That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Oh, that's awesome, Sunshine. Thank you. I have to get over to your place too.
I know.
Where are you located?
I'm in Lake Grove.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, I'm not far. I'm not far.
no, my daughter's in Selden. I was just there today. So,
Oh,
mm,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have to get to the next meeting. Well, are you gonna do Paul's Christmas December 3rd?
No, that weekend I'm doing a spa weekend out on Long Island. That's been
Oh,
planned almost a year
nice.
ago. So it's a spa weekend. Yeah. So I won't be able to
Beautiful.
make pools. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then the next one after, probably in January, I'll be bumping up whatever he needs. I go to his a lot of his things to
Yes.
support him. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
He's a sweetheart.
Uh,
He's a sweetheart.
Jackie just wrote, "Sunshine's house is amazing." Yeah.
Oh
Just
wow.
the energy here is just off the chain.
Good. We like that. We like that. That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mother Mary's very present here, very
Woo,
present
boy,
here.
then I'd be happy to come to there. That's for sure.
Yeah. A
She's the
lot of
best.
people say that even just pulling onto my block, they feel her, or my driveway, they
Wow,
feel it.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Wow,
So,
that's beautiful. Oh, that's great. I love it. I love it.
yeah, so
Perfect.
beautiful.
Perfect.
Yay. So if there's anything that you wanna say out loud, like, you know, uh, something that you believe very strongly in your heart.
Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. I'll see if they're going to channel anything to me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will. This is what they're channeling me, but I will say that just to let them know, I do group readings, I do private readings, I do phone readings, I do all of that. But they can find that all on my website. And if
Yeah,
anybody's interested in the book, they can go right on my website and they can purchase it right on there. It's $27, and
and
I'll sign. I'll
yeah, I was
sign it.
gonna say, and you autograph it,
I will
right?
sign it.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I
yeah.
will definitely sign it, no doubt. Um, what do I want to say? I just I just feel just try to, keep everybody in that positive energy, that positive vibe. The world's going through such a crazy, shift right now, and we as light workers feel the energy exchange so unbelievable. I took Reiki too. I'm
Okay.
qualified Reiki too, and let me tell you, since I took Reiki too, my sensitivity level is so insane. I can't believe it. The littlest things really would bother me. If I see somebody and they're on a low vibration, I pick right up on it. So I try to, close down, but I pick right up on it. So I got to try to work on that, because
Yeah.
I do believe that um
You
with
have,
working doing energy work, it's incredible, and I'm sure that's to you too. I mean, you
well,
pick up on stuff.
yeah. I do the energy work, but you got to make sure you ground, surround,
Yep,
protect yourself at all times,
yep,
love.
all times. Yep.
And
Oh, honey,
instead
definitely.
of instead of that, you picking up on their vibration, my
Hmm.
specialty is them picking up on mine.
I like that. I gotta
Yeah.
show you. I like that. I just purchased this up at a crystal store, and my daughter has her own crystal store. She will not be happy to see this, but it's a selenite knife, and I'm
Ah!
using this to cut cords. So I just got this, and it's cutting cords, right? So
Did you get it at your daughter's?
no, I didn't. I got it
Ah!
somewhere else. But I,
I
I
have
always
my
get all my stuff
selenite
at my
too.
daughter's. See?
Yeah,
But look
yeah,
at selenite knife. So I have to
that's
cut I
so
say I
funny.
gotta cut cords. I'll really cut. No, I have selenite too, but
I'll
I
cut
said
you.
I gotta cut them. And the way, you know what? The way things are going on in New York, and you make me a big thing, I should just probably just bring this around with me.
I can't.
Then
You
I'll be
crack me
arrested. But
up.
but whatever. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So funny. Love and
Yeah.
light, baby. Love and
Yeah,
light.
that's
But I'll
all it
cut
is.
ya.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Wow. Wow.
You
This was such a great thing. I really appreciate this. And I love this format too. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
this
to
little
use this.
platform is fun, isn't it?
Yes. And it puts you alive on Facebook and live over here. And it's
Yeah,
wild. Yeah.
yeah.
No,
So
it's great. It's awesome. It's
yay.
awesome.
If I'll give you a lesson if you want it, love. So I think you could host up to 10 people on it.
Oh
It's like,
wow.
yeah, it's like you could do it like Zoom too if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna look into it, because I really think this might be pretty good, because we were gonna do a podcast and everything, and then the radio, and then the radio show came, so we'll do that first, and then we'll zero in,
Yeah. There's so many
definitely.
beautiful people doing these podcasts
It's
now.
great, and that, and
Yeah.
a lot of people can learn from that too.
Yes. And learn from each
Absolutely.
other's stories, right?
Yep.
Ripple connection, baby.
Yep. Absolutely. What a great name for a great show.
Right? I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely. And Sunshine, we'll get you on. My daughter's just redoing over my website. So we'll get a link on there for you too. So this way we have a page where people that I refer, because, I tell people if they want to go to somebody else, or the numerologist, or
Right, right.
I and we have a special page that we put
Oh,
all
that's so sweet.
people that
Thank
I
you.
recommend. So people, yeah. So we'll get you all hooked up on that too.
Yay. I appreciate it,
Absolutely.
love.
Absolutely.
I love you so
Absolutely.
much. Thank
I
you.
love you too, Sunshine. Thank you. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Anything else you want to say or
I'm
anybody
trying to
else
think,
has
is there anything I know
a question?
it's gonna be like when I do readings, when you give the reading and then they forget, and then you go home and then you remember it all. We'll
Yeah.
get off and I'll say, oh my God, I should have said that. I should have told them that. I didn't.
You did wonderful. You
No,
did
I
amazing.
just as long as we can keep spreading the light, that's just the best, the best thing in it, and send, healing to all those that need, healing. There's a lot of people out there that are suffering only, after COVID, and are suffering, financially, suffering in a lot of ways, and I definitely feel that the more light workers get together and get that one consciousness together,
That's
we can
right.
really,
Yeah.
get it out there,
And
So
that's
that's
why
definitely,
I love that you're gonna be on the radio and this
yeah,
platform because
yeah,
the more love and light we send out to the world, right? The more that we're gonna
100%.
raise the vibrations,
Yep,
right?
yep.
I
And you
love
know what, too? I've been finding too, I'm having a lot more men come to my events. I'm having a lot more younger children come
Yes.
to the events.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I will share one thing, and anybody can believe what they want to believe, but this is what I believe. During 9/11, I worked for American Airlines. And then a month after 9/11, I worked for American, and we had a plane that went down in Breezy Point. So I
Wow.
had lost 2 of my flight attendants.
Wow.
And yeah, that was a tough year. And 9/11, I believe that everybody contracted, those souls contracted to leave at that time. Okay.
Right.
I believe a lot of those souls, and I heard this in a channel and everything. And my dreams are very premonitive. And I believe that a lot of those souls are the children that are born now. If you look in those children's eyes, you'll see things. You'll have kids that are so interested in crystals, kids that are so interested in spirituality, younger kids that want to learn so much. So I believe that those souls came back because they're the new world. Then that's why they're the new world. That's why you have so many young people, more men. Everybody's getting it. 30 years ago, you just had a scattered few kind of mediums,
Right.
and that was
Right.
it. So, keep spreading the word. That's what it's all about.
It's so
Keep
true.
spreading the word.
And teaching those classes. I have a lot
Yes.
of teenage clients that come
Oh,
for
see, that's
they
beautiful.
come
That's
for
beautiful.
energy healing and Reiki and hypnosis because I do hypnosis too.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's so beautiful to
Oh, that's so
see,
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, that they're all connecting, younger than we started,
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes,
It's so
definitely. Because they
beautiful.
thought I was crazy climbing the tree. Meanwhile, I was
Yeah.
grounding. Who knew? I didn't know that. Who knew? Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So,
Well,
but I
thank
want to wish everybody an amazing,
Oh,
beautiful
yes.
Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
Christmas and Hanukkah and
Whatever
go
else
on
you
my
celebrate.
Facebook, check it out, friend me on Facebook and I was honored to be one of your guests on your show.
Yeah.
And like I said, I would like to have you on mine. We'll get together. We'll, check it out and everything,
Yeah. I
and
would love that.
just keep spreading the light. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming, love. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Yay.
Okay. All right. I think
I'm
I'm
gonna
good.
put Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna put you in the background for 1 sec. Back.
Put me back in the other room.
I'm putting
Okay.
you back.
Put
I'll
baby in
be
the corner. Baby in the
Yeah,
corner.
never in the corner, love. I'll be right
Okay.
with you.
Okay, sweetheart. Thank
Thank
you. Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Yay, yay, yay. I love Lynn. She's amazing. My one dog is choking back here, so please pardon poor Emmy who can't swallow liquid. You're okay, baby girl. So thank you, Lynn. Thank you all that came and asked questions and participated. I love you. I love all of you. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for you every single day. May we all be happy, healthy, wealthy, and free. Yeah.